share as far as the physical evidence?
Most abduction cases don't really involve a lot of physical evidence.
We have the Hickman incident, a hunter, German surname, hunting elk by himself, claims he's been abducted. In that same general area, just last year, there was a guy named Mark Strickmeyer. You know about that case?
A couple of different things that I find interesting about that case is that here you've got an individual that's the same age as Mr. Hickman, about the same time of year. Mr. Hickman's incident took place on October 25th, 1974, and Mr. Strickmeyer went missing on October 19th of 2019, almost 35 years exactly to the day, in a relatively similar location.
So we're on Forestry Road 801, and we are in the area where Mark Strickmeyer was coming to go elk hunting on October 19, 2019 in Medicine National Forest. And about 200 yards before Forestry Road 830, he pulls to the side of the road for some reason. And there's some theories behind maybe he was pulling over because he saw one of his hunting targets, big bull, across the road, deer, who knows. But he pulls to the side of the road, stops, gets out of his vehicle, and he takes a light coat, a light day pack, leaves his big pack in the car, leaves his keys in the vehicle, and he gets out. Off camera, the search and rescue person told me that Mark was a 15-year veteran outfitter for big game in this area. So, he knew the outdoors super well. He knew how to track. And he knew elk didn't walk in a straight line. Elk take off and they wander. So, to think that Mark is more than a mile, 2 miles from here chasing an elk doesn't make a lot of sense.
My name is Ken Hayes. I was girlfriend of Mark Strickmeyer when he went missing.
In your view, what made Mark special?
He was just a giving person.
So how comfortable was he in the woods?
Well, he grew up in the woods. He started hunting as soon as he could, so I was 13 years old.
He really didn't ask
anybody to the area that he went missing from, where I found his truck at, we never knew that area. That morning he went out on the 19th, but he went missing. I had already made plans to come to Rawlins to watch my grandkids, and he knew that there was a snowstorm coming in, and I was worried about him. And he tried calling and sent me a text and said that he missed an elk and that he was done. So I assumed he was coming back to Saratoga, which is a 40-minute drive from where we hunt from. So I hung out around the house for a little bit, and he never showed up, and I left, and I was trying to get a hold of him that night to make sure he made it back before the snow hit, and trying to call and text, and text went delivered, phone calls were going directly to voicemail. I hauled ass up there, looking for the truck, and then when I got to that intersection, I looked to my left, and that's where I saw the pickup was sitting.
Explain how it was there.
It was on the east side of the road facing north.
Did it look like he parked it there?
Yeah.
Did it look out close to you? It did.
It did. And when I got to it, like I said, it had snowed, and I had to clean off probably 12, 15 inches of snow just to get into it. And when we're time, we always left our key in our gas thing.
Before I started.
So I was able to get in the truck, and that's when I found his phone and cigarettes, his medication. The only thing that was missing was him and his pack and gun.
So when he texted you last, what did it say?
The last text, it says, I got it at 11 o'clock. It says, I'm done. I stopped, missed a nice 5-corner small 6 and a small 5-corner and a perfect broadside shot even closer. But I thought I had one down, but walked down to find shit.
So from that, it kind of sounded like he was done.
Yeah, and that's what I assumed, that maybe he was coming back to town.
You find the truck. You can't find him. you look around at all, or you just call sheriff?
No, I walked around the area just to see if I could see any tracks or anything, and I didn't see anything. So I came back to Saratoga and called the sheriff's deputy.
So right off the bat, we came in, the first day, we came in with a whole bunch of ground pounders, and we just went shoulder to shoulder, walked in. And then we went around and picked a different spot near the truck and chose a different direction. So pounding more timber.
That initial search, how many days did it last?
The first time around, I think, was 7 days, if I'm not mistaken. So like I said, we were gone for the first 2 days of it, and then we got back and took off and looked for him. And I think total I had 5 days in it.
And was there a subsequent effort to find him?
We did go back this spring. It's been a full day with quite a few resources out, and 3 different dog teams.
Did your teams hit on any scent anywhere?
I never had a hit.
How odd is it not to pick up any scent?
Very. As much ground as we covered and as many different wind patterns as we hit, you would think, law of averages is going to at least get a head turn out of it. Somebody should have at least tripped over it, the amount of people we've had out. And we flew drones in the canyon, 3 of the canyons we flew drones in.
Did you have any other kind of air support?
We did. We had Civil Air, last fall we had Civil Air in, and they flew for us for a couple days.
Was there any evidence anywhere of animal predation?
You know what? We tracked one bear to see where he was going to go. But the only other thing I noticed is we never had birds in the search.
And birds are an indicator of?
A body.
You can kind of hone in onto it by birds.
Yeah. And I mean, I run dogs. I'm a firm believer in dogs, but at the same time, if the birds already have eyes on it, that makes it a lot easier.
And how odd was this search?
Very. Most people have kind of a pattern. I mean, if you're out hunting and you see an elk, run across the road, you're probably going to go find a spot to actually park, not just pull the edge of the road and jump out.
How difficult would it be for somebody to be lost in there?
If you really want it out, everything around here, you just walk down the hill until you find a road.
And you'll eventually get around?
Eventually, you might have to cross private property. But if you're worried about dying in the middle of it, who cares?
So in talking to the search and rescue people, I asked them,